Hello and welcome back to the Satoshi Society YouTube channel. My name is AJ, one of the hosts here. And today we're going to take a look at what's going on to the price of Bitcoin and what's going to affect the price of Bitcoin with the likes of the DXY and the ES as well. We're going to take a look at them, deep dive into them, and have a look at how they can help us predict where the price of Bitcoin is going. We're also going to take a look at a look at what's going on later on this week, which is going to affect the market pretty heavily as well. Yeah, that's pretty much all we're going to talk about today. So if that sounds interesting, please make sure you smash a like on this video, and yeah, really helps me out, really helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content for you. I'd just like to say sorry for the background noise in yesterday's live stream as well. I was with some friends and we were betting on the horses, and yeah, we came very close. We came very, very close to winning. So that's why you could see everyone. You could hear everyone screaming in the background. But anyway, let's jump straight on into the Bitcoin charts then. And what we can see is Bitcoin has done, what I've been expecting it to do. Okay, initially have that pullback, and then actually have a push towards the upside. Okay, now I didn't initially say that Bitcoin was going to have a bounce off this level. Okay, but what have I been saying? Okay, well, I've been saying, we're still using these levels as critical levels. Okay, critical support and resistance levels. Okay, and we know this because, okay, what we can see is that we're still respecting them right here. Okay, and yesterday I did say, we were getting rejected from this major resistance. Okay, we were getting rejected from this major resistance. So what was I saying? Well, I'm expecting the price to come down to this resistance here. Okay, and that's exactly what happened. As you can see, we tapped it pretty much to the dollar, and we did get a bounce. Okay, and what did I say if we were to come down here? Well, I said if we can hold this, we're going back up to this resistance here. However, if we break towards the downside, we are going lower to $22,818. Okay, so what we have seen is that the price has actually held this support, and we're seeing the price go higher. Okay, so we're only going to see the price go lower if this support is broken towards the downside. If it's broken towards the downside, then we're looking at $22,800. But yesterday, okay, we did actually hold this support, so we're seeing this price rise again. Okay, and we could be using these levels, okay, to actually short, okay, and then long down here, or short if we do break towards the downside. Obviously, we want to be looking for complements for that as well. Okay. But right now, I am expecting the price to come and potentially tap $25,255 approximately. That's where I would expect the price to come up to and tap. And from there, we could either break towards the upside, okay, use it as support and move much higher, potentially taking out the highs from here. Or we could see a rejection, okay, potential shorting opportunities from up here, okay, and then I would expect to see the price come down to $23,967. From there, we can reevaluate once again. Is the price going to hold like it did this time and move higher, or are we going to see the price break towards the downside and move lower? Okay, we reevaluate once the price, if the price gets there. Okay, so we have to wait, and we have to reevaluate the situation once the price gets into these support and resistance levels. So as I said, I'm expecting the price to come up to $25,255. From there, what I will do is I'll reevaluate the price. Okay, is the price looking bearish up here? Okay, coming into resistance, is the price looking bearish? Okay, are we forming bearish CVD divergences, bearish RSI divergences? Okay, what's the stochastic RSI looking like? We look at these things, okay, and we look at if there's any other indication as well. Is the RSI overbought? Okay, we're looking at things like this to give us an indication of whether the price is bearish, okay, coming into this resistance, which if it is bearish coming into this resistance, we could potentially be looking for a short position, okay, as I said, back down to $23,964. Okay, this is what I would be doing. However, if we're not looking bearish, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to hold off with the short, because we could actually see the price break above it and actually move much higher, where we could actually potentially look for a long from there, okay, and then hopefully take out these highs here. From there, we can reevaluate. Of course, we're going to have resistance coming in at these highs here. Okay, so from there, if the price does break above, we would be looking at $26,635. Okay, if we come up there and we're looking bearish, okay, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to short from that level there. Okay, however, if we're coming into that level and we're not looking bearish, okay, we could break above it, and then we're looking at $28,000 as that next level. Okay, that's sort of the next major resistance level that I am looking at. Well, 28,649 would be that next major level. Okay, if we were to break above $26,635. Okay. So we're just going to reevaluate the situation once we get to these levels. But what I'm expecting now is that the price is actually going to come and tap $25,258. Okay, to be exact. So just waiting for that. Okay, if that happens, okay, we can look for the short, or we can look for the possible break towards the upside. Okay. But we have to reevaluate it once the price gets there. Okay, so that's where I'm expecting the price to come to next. And from there, as I said, I will come live and I will reevaluate the situation. Angela M, good to see you back here. I need a dump. Yeah, to be honest, I don't really mind where the price goes. A dump would be really nice. I can continue to dollar cost average into my HODL portfolio. But yeah, that would be nice if I could buy Bitcoin at a cheaper price. However, I have been dollar cost averaging all the way down to sort of 16, 15,500. So I've got my HODL portfolio. I've got a nice chunky HODL portfolio already. So I'm not too bothered. I've still got cash on the side. It's always good to have cash on the side as well to buy these dips as well. We already have tapped it, no volume. The support. The resistance we tapped, okay, and we got a rejection from it. Yeah, as you said, not enough volume to push the price through. Again, with the support, okay, we've come down here, not enough bearish volume to push the price down. Okay, so each time, we looked bearish here, we've looked bullish coming into this, and this is why we're seeing that price push towards the upside. Okay, and again, the price, there's no volume coming into the market right now, so we're most likely just going to see the price. I would expect to see the price just slowly churn its way back up to 25,258. Okay. And then from there, we can, as I said, we can reevaluate on what's going to happen from there. But to help us have a good understanding of where the price could be going, we can use the DXY to help us with our analysis. Okay, and remember, okay, we're looking at this major resistance, and we're still playing around with this resistance level right here. Okay. Down here, I said this was support. So there is a possibility that we could bounce off this level. And that's exactly what happened. Okay. I've been telling you this is major resistance. So if we eventually do break above it, okay, we are going to find it hard to get above it. Okay. And the price is finding it tough to break above this level. Okay. Tested it here multiple days in a row. We've been testing it. Slight rejection. Tested it again, the very top of that resistance, rejection. Okay, and then as of yesterday and even this morning as well, we've been testing that level as well. Okay, so what we need to establish is this DXY going to break above, or is this DXY going to get rejected and move lower? Okay, and this is what we need to look for. Okay, and we're getting into this sort of this apex, okay, coming into, if we continue the way we're going to get squeezed into this apex here, and then there is finally going to be a decision. Okay, but if we do break below this support here, okay, then we are going to go down to 101 on the DXY, which is very bullish for Bitcoin. Okay, if this were the case, we were to break the support, okay, we would most likely come down to 101 on the DXY, which for Bitcoin, we would be pushing higher, potentially 28,000 and potentially even pushing on to 30,000 if that was the case. However, if we break above this resistance, we're most likely going up to $109, which is very bearish for Bitcoin. So we would most likely see Bitcoin coming back down to 20,000, maybe even below 20,000 if we were to come up to 109. And then from there, we have this next major resistance. Okay, if we break above that, we're going back up to the highs of 114. But if we get rejected from here, we could come back down to this major support right here. Okay, so this is what we've got to look at. And the DXY isn't hasn't got a clear direction yet. Okay, we've been waiting for a while for the DXY to have a clear direction. So as of right now, we are unaware of where the price of Bitcoin is actually going to go in the sort of medium term to long term time frame. Okay, because the DXY still has not made up its mind on whether it wants to go up or whether it wants to go down. Okay, so we're waiting for that DXY to make that move. Once it does, Bitcoin will then have a really nice clear direction on where it wants to go, whether that's bullish or whether that is bearish. Okay, another thing I want to look at is the ES. Okay, the ES is going to give us a good understanding of what the market is doing. Okay, and what is the ES doing right now? Well, the ES is at major support. Okay, we have this downwards trending support level here. Okay, this support level right here, which has been previous resistance throughout the whole of 2022. Okay, so from the 4th of Jan, okay, all the way to the 29th of March, then to the 16th of August, okay, then to the 1st of December, 13th of December, okay, throughout the whole of 2022, we were using this level as resistance. Then we finally got a confirmed break above this level on the 23rd of January 2023. What happened? Well, we saw the price of the ES push into major resistance, where I said, we have major resistance here, so we could see rejection from this level. That's exactly what happened. Then what did I see? Well, the price was most likely going to come down to this support level right here. That's exactly what happened. This is a very strong support level here, and this is why we are respecting it very well. Okay. Now, if we can get a bounce off this level, the next level we're looking at is this major resistance here. However, if we break below this major support, okay, we are moving much lower for the ES, which again, is going to be very bearish for Bitcoin. Okay, and the ES is also just waiting for the DXY to have that clear direction. Okay, is that DXY going to break resistance here? Or is it going to break support and move lower? Okay, we're just waiting for that DXY to move. Once it's moved and we have a clear direction, then we have a good understanding of where Bitcoin is going to go in the longer term. Okay, but right now, I would just be expecting Bitcoin to probably slowly make its way up to $25,258. Okay, if it doesn't, then we're looking at then we're looking at Bitcoin coming down to 23,967. But because we bounced off the support, I would expect 25,258 to be tapped. At some time today, if not today, tomorrow. Okay, and then from there we can reevaluate: is the price going to break up, or is price going to reject and come lower? Well, to this support first. If we break this support, then we could come lower. Okay. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. What else have we got? Well, this week we do have, so in the next 7 days, when is this? This is on the 22nd of March. We do have the Fed interest rate decision. Okay, and this is going to be really important. The markets, could just be waiting. Well, the markets are most likely waiting for this decision, because this will move the DXY, this will move the ES, and this will move Bitcoin. Okay, this is going to be a big important day, because if we're going to get, there's a possibility that we could actually get a 50 basis point rate hike. Okay, now it's not confirmed as of yet. Okay, looking at it now. Okay, the 63.5% of the analysts think we're going to get a 50 basis point rate hike. But it's not confirmed, right? We still have 6 days, 4 hours, and 40 minutes left, okay, until that decision. Okay, these numbers don't really matter until the day of the Fed interest rate decision. Okay, they don't really matter until the day. Okay, and then once we're on that day, then we do have that confirmed 50 basis point or 25 basis point rate hike, but right now we're not too confident that we're going to get a 50 or a 25, because yesterday it was pretty even. 46% of the analysts thought we were going to get a 25, and then it was pretty even. But now it's more of the analysts are swaying towards that 50. Okay, but the story is still the same. If we get a 50, we're either going to pump coming into it, pump after, and then dump. Okay, and that pump would be a very small pump, or what I would expect just a dump if we were to get that 50 basis point rate hike. Okay, But, if we were to get a 25 basis point rate hike, the same story. I would expect a dump in the longer term, but initially coming into that, I would expect a pump and then a small pump after as well, and then we initially dump. So both of these, are still very bearish for the market. Okay, the Fed is still increasing rates. Okay, it's just the fact that are the Fed going to increase by a decreased amount, as in 25 basis points, or are the Fed going to increase by an increased amount, for example, 50 basis points? Okay, and that will determine how big the pullback is going to be. If we get a 50, we're probably going to have a big pullback. If we get a 25, the pullback probably won't be as big. Okay, but this is something really important that is going to come out on the 22nd. And I will come live, obviously, and update you with that as well. And we'll see how the market reacts to that as well. But both of them, I would expect medium to long term have bearish price action. We've got to be really, really careful because both of them are bearish for the market. Okay, whether we get the 25, whether we get the 50, they're both bearish for the market. Okay, they're both bearish. Bullish for the DXY, bearish for the likes of the ES and Bitcoin. And the fact is, the ES is at major support. Okay, and if both of those come in, if one of these comes in 25 or 50, they're both bearish for the market. Okay, so is the ES going to then break major support? That's what we need to ask ourselves. Is the ES going to break major support? If it is, it's going lower. Okay, it is going lower, and the same with the DXY. Okay, we're at resistance coming into very bearish news here. Okay, very bearish news. So is the DXY going to break above resistance? If that is the case, that is very, very bearish for traditional markets and the Bitcoin and the crypto market as well for Bitcoin. Okay, so we have to factor these things in. Okay, it's not looking good. Okay, the fact that the ES and the DXY, well, the ES is at support and DXY is at resistance, coming into some potentially very, very bearish very, very bearish data. Okay, so we have to be aware of that, and we just have to, I know the price has been doing very, very well recently. Okay, we've had a really, really nice push towards the upside, but we always have to factor in, we haven't broken above the level that I would like to break above for me to flip bullish. Okay, and then we are coming into some bearish data as well. So we have to factor all of this in. Okay, remember, $25,200. As long as we're below that level, I am going to remain bearish. If we can break above it, get a confirmed break and hold that level, then yes, I will flip bullish and I can say 30,000 is the next level. But we haven't done that yet, so I cannot say that I am flipping bullish. Okay, so we just have to wait and see. This week, has been a very, very big week. Lots of data coming out, which been quite controversial. So non-farm payrolls and an unemployment rate. One came out bullish, one came out bearish. Then we had the inflation. Okay, that came in as forecasted. That's good for the market. That's why we've seen this push towards the upside. Okay, but then now we're coming into some bearish data. Okay, which is the Fed interest rate decision. If we get a 25 basis point rate hike, remember, it's still bearish. It's still bearish. Okay, if we get a 50, that's just darn right bearish. So there's no arguing that. But we'll have to see how that's affected. That is on the 22nd of March. So we still have 6 days, 4 hours and 40 minutes left until that. So we could just see the price fluctuate, between support and resistance. Who knows? We will have to see. But we can see if we can act off of this, potentially shorting resistance, maybe longing support as well. But that's everything I've got for you today. Just remember, the price is looking very bullish, but just don't get too excited until those levels are broken. Okay, as in, DXY is getting rejected from resistance. ES is holding that support and bounces off that support, and then Bitcoin breaks above $25,200. Those are the things that we want to look at for this bull market to continue. Well, this potential bull market to continue, and to confirm that we are within this bull market. Okay, so those are the things that we need. Anyway, that's everything I've got for you today. If there's anything I need to update you with later on today, of course, I will come live. If I enter any trades, I will come live and I will let you know that I'm entering into a trade. But as of right now, just waiting to see what can happen. Are we going to come up to resistance, which I would expect, or are we going to come back down to support? We will just have to see. But once we get there, we can reevaluate and see where the price is going. Let's just have a look at this comment quick. So you most likely see DXY pumping, preventing 30K Bitcoin. To be honest with you, I can't give a clear direction of where the DXY is going yet. I cannot give a clear direction. Okay, I was looking at the DXY being more bullish, yes, because we were forming a bullish a bull flag coming into it. However, that has been invalidated now. But yeah, at some point we're going to find out. But again, you remember, okay, we break above this resistance here. DXY is going higher. We break support here. DXY is going lower. Okay, so we're just waiting for these levels. Okay, level to level trader. That's how I trade. If we break resistance, we're moving higher. If we break support, we are going lower. Okay, it's just the facts, and that's how it's worked. Okay, previously. Okay, even down here, we were looking at this, and I was saying if we're going to get rejected from major resistance here, the price is coming down to major support down here. Okay, that's exactly what happened. And I said if this major support isn't broken towards the downside, and we get a bounce, okay, where are we going? Well, we're going back up to this major resistance, okay? So these are the things that I'm looking at, and I'm saying it again, okay? If we get rejected from this resistance, we're going to come down to this support, okay, which we have been doing. If we break this smaller term support here, then we're coming down to 101, okay? If we break this, DXY is going lower. If we hold support here, we're going to push back up, potentially back up to this resistance here. And the same goes for the bullish case scenario for the DXY. Okay, if we break this resistance, where are we going? Well, we're going to 109. Okay, that's just what's happened previously. Okay, that is just what's these levels have been respected very, very well. Here, price has broken above this. Where's it gone to? Well, it's gone to 109. It's been rejected from there. Where's the price gone to? Well, it's come back down to this level that we're at now, around 105. Found support there. Where's the price gone to? Well, it's gone all the way back up to 109. Okay, then we've continued towards the upside. Okay, again, we've broken this level at 109. Where has the price gone to? Well, the price has come down to this major support here. It's broken major support, used it as resistance. Where has the price gone? Well, it's gone to 101. We've held support here. Price has come back up, okay, to this major resistance. If we break above it, we're going back to 109. If we get rejected from it, we're going to 101. If we break below 101, we're most likely going to 97. Okay, it's the reality of it. That's what's happened every single time in the past. Okay, so I'm just looking at the facts. Okay, we break above it, we're going higher. We get rejected, we are going lower. Skullfish, good to see you here. Angela M, smash the likes for AJ and Ben. That is MIA. Yeah, Ben is MIA at the moment. Hopefully we can get it. If we can get the views up, we can get him back. But yeah, right now the views aren't doing too good. So please just smash that like button. And if we can get those views up, then Ben can come back and yeah, he can bring his energy to the channel again. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. And yeah, I will see you in the next live stream, which will potentially be later on today if the price does anything. If not, it will be tomorrow for that normal live stream. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and see you later. Goodbye.